Hey everyone, let's talk about something really important, being good with money. And I don't just mean having a lot of it. Today, we're going to explore what I like to call your financial compass. Think of it as a tool that'll help you make smart, ethical choices, the kind of choices that really set you up for a successful future. Ready? Let's jump in.
So, I want to start with a question for you to think about. What is the real difference between just being rich and being financially responsible? I mean, they might sound like the same thing, right? But trust me, they're not. The answer has nothing to do with how many zeros are in your bank account and everything to do with the choices you make along the way.
And that's where this idea of a personal compass comes in. The world of money can be, well, it can be kind of confusing. There are a million different paths you could take. Financial ethics is the compass that helps you navigate all of it, safely, make smart moves, and steer clear of trouble. It's the thing that always points you toward your own true north. Basically, your financial integrity.
Okay, so to really get how this compass works, we need to break down its most important parts. Let's call them the pillars of ethical finance. These are the big ideas, the core principles that keep our entire economic system stable and, maybe most importantly, trustworthy for all of us.
The first pillar, and you could say it's the foundation for everything else, is honesty and transparency. It's simple, really. It just means being truthful, being clear, and being open whenever you're dealing with money. Without that, the whole system of trust just, well, it starts to fall apart.
Next up, we have fairness. This is all about making sure that everybody involved gets a fair shake. It means nobody gets exploited or taken advantage of. Whether you're buying something from a friend or signing a contract, ethical finance means creating a level playing field where everyone is treated with respect.
And that leads us right into integrity. Now, integrity, that's about what you do when nobody's watching. It's about sticking to your moral principles, making sure you don't have conflicts of interest, and just doing the right thing because you know it's the right thing to do. And our last big pillar is compliance. Now, this one might sound a little technical, but it's super straightforward. It just means following the rules. We have financial laws and regulations like paying your taxes for a reason. They exist to protect all of us. So being an ethical person in the economy means you got to respect and obey those laws. And of course, there are other important principles too. I'm talking about stuff like borrowing and lending money responsibly, steering clear of any kind of bribery or corruption, respecting what belongs to other people, and even thinking about how our financial choices impact the environment and society. It's a big picture, for sure.
So, here's the bottom line. Our choices have very real consequences. As you can see, it's like there are two very different paths. Following ethical practices, that leads to things like trust, transparency, and a stable system for everyone. But that other path, that leads straight to mistrust, fraud, and injustice. The stakes are really, really high. All right, now that we know what our compass should be pointing towards, we also need to learn how to spot the dangers that can throw us completely off course. So let's talk about the big red flags of unethical financial behavior. Things you need to watch out for.
These right here. These are some of the biggest warning signs that tell you something is seriously wrong. We're talking about major issues like fraud and deception, corruption, tax evasion, even insider trading. Let's break a few of these down so you know what you're looking at.
First up is fraud. This is when someone intentionally lies or tricks you, all to take your money. You've probably seen this stuff everywhere. Online scams, those fake websites that look legit, or those texts promising you a fortune if you just click a link. Yep, that's fraud in action, and it's a huge red flag.
Next, we've got tax evasion. This is pretty simple. It's when someone illegally hides their money so they don't have to pay the taxes they actually owe. So why is that a big deal? Well, those taxes pay for everything we all depend on. Schools, roads, hospitals, you name it. When people don't pay their fair share, it ends up hurting everybody. Now this one sounds complex, but the idea is pretty simple. Money laundering is just the process of taking dirty money, cash from illegal activities, and washing it through normal, legitimate businesses to make it look clean. It's basically how criminals try to cover their tracks and make their illegal cash look legit. And then there's insider trading. This is basically cheating the stock market. Imagine you had secret information that a company was about to release a game-changing new product. If you use that secret info to buy their stock, which are like tiny pieces of ownership in the company before the public knew, that's insider trading. It's using an unfair, secret advantage. And believe me, the list goes on. There are other big red flags, like charging insane interest rates on loans, creating fake money, or just straight up theft and lying on financial documents.
All of these things just chip away at trust and do real damage to the whole system.
Okay, wow. We've seen the good, the bad, and the really ugly. So the big question is, how do you make sure you stay on the right path? This is where we bring it all together. This is how you actually use your financial compass out there in the real world.
Here it is, a super simple but really powerful checklist you can use for pretty much any financial decision. Just ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, is everything clear and honest here? 2, is this fair for everyone involved? And 3, is this legal? If you can't give a confident yes to all 3, then you're looking at a major red flag. And really, this is the most important takeaway from all of this. Why does it matter so much? Because your choices, your individual decisions, they don't just exist in a bubble. Every single time you make an ethical financial choice, you're doing your part to build a stronger, more stable, and more trustworthy economic world for all of us.
So, as you get started on your own financial journey, remember that the power is totally in your hands. You've got the tools now. You've got the compass. The only question left to answer is, which direction will you choose to go?